Hey guys, welcome to Unacademy. This is our second video in our web development series, and in this video we are going to learn about some HTML basics and also about some HTML elements. Well, my name is Ruchin Dwivedi. I am a blogger, writer, developer. I am a computer science and information technology student at Symbiosis University of Applied Sciences. I was also a co-founder and developer at Afterlife, which was an organ donation campaign. Okay, so these are the basic elements that we are going to look at. First of all, you can see here these are the heading elements, right? The H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6, right? After that we will see the section element, okay, and we will also see the list, which are the UL and OL tag, right, which is the unordered list and ordered list tags, okay, and this the LI tag, which means the list item tag in our HTML, right? Okay, so in this way we can use the list and also the comments in our HTML, okay. So here you can see a basic example that we have learned in our previous lecture. You can see that this is a simple HTML web page, okay. So these are opening element and these are closing HTML element, which is the root element of our HTML basic structure, right? After that you can see these are heading up, it is a head opening element and this head closing element, right? And in between that I've used the title tag, okay. So in the title tag, whatever we write, it will be shown here, okay. So in this way we can use the title for the basic title of our web page. Now in our body section, so as we know that whatever we will write in our body, that will be appear in our web page, okay. So here whatever we use here, that will be appeared here in this. For that, first of all I use the H1 opening and the H1 closing tag. Now you can see here this is the basic heading element, okay. So this is the heading element and here you can see the output, right? So if you use this heading element, you can see the output will be like this, okay. So in this way we can use the heading element. In the same way, here I have used the paragraph tag. So this is the opening paragraph tag and this is the closing paragraph tag. Now you can see the output here, okay. So in this way, whatever we write in our body tag, we can see here in our output. So this is what we have learned in our previous lecture, okay. So the heading and the HTML headings and HTML paragraphs, okay. So here you can see we will be using the H1, H2, H3 and H4, H5, H6 tags for our headings. So in our browser, the font size of H1 will be greater than H2, the font size of H2 will be greater than H3, and in the same way font size of H3 will be greater than H4 and so on, okay. So in this way the heading elements are used in our website, right? In the same way you can see the P, that is the paragraph tag, is used to write a paragraph in our website, okay. So here you can see the example of the paragraph tag. In my body tag, in my body section, I've used the paragraph opening and the paragraph closing tag. So if you want to write 3, 4, 5, 6 lines for in your HTML, okay, if you want to write any content, you will use the paragraph opening and the paragraph closing tag, and in between that you will use your content, okay, and the output will be like this, right? So in this way we can use the headings. Now let us see an example of the headings. Here is my HTML root element, okay. This is the opening HTML, this is the closing HTML, and here is our body. Now whatever I will write in my body, that will be appear in our web page. This is my heading 1, this is my heading 2, this is the heading 3, heading 4, heading 5 and heading 6, right? Here you can see the output. Now for the heading 1, this is the output of heading 1, this is the output of heading 2, this is the output of H3, this is the output for H4, H5 and H6. So in the same way you can understand that the font size of H1 is greater than H2, the font size of H2 is greater than H3, the font size of H3 is greater than H4 and so on, okay. So in this way we use the heading elements in our HTML, right? So you can use this type of heading elements in your HTML. Now the second is the section, right? So section is used to indicate a section in our HTML, okay. So here you can see this is a particular block, right? So we have simply defined a section in which we have used a heading tag and a paragraph tag, right? So we can simply decide a section, and in that section we can use as many elements as we want, okay, and it will group the elements into one single block, right? So this is the use of section, and we do that because we can simply apply our CSS to that block, so that CSS code will be applied to all the elements of that section, okay. So in this way we will be using the section element, right? So this is the simple code for our section. You can see here this is the simple code and this is the output of the code. Now in our body section we will be writing the opening section tag and the closing section tag. And now you can see here that this is my heading opening and this is my heading closing. And in the same way, this is my paragraph opening and my paragraph closing. So here I have written introduced to something, and you can see here this is the heading in our section, and in the same way in my paragraph this is the paragraph written here. Okay, so in this way we can use our section element, and this is a basic section. Okay, so this is a very important tag, and we will be using this element while we are making a website. Okay, so this is very important. Now the third topic was list. Okay, so here you can see that lists are of two types. The first is the unordered list, which is denoted by ul, that is the ul tag, and the ordered list, that is ol tag, right? So first of all we will be looking at the unordered list. Now an unordered list will be whenever you see some bullet points and the other symbols like the square symbols in front of your list items, then it will be a unordered list, which means it is not ordered. An ordered list would be 1 2 3 4 5 or something like that. Okay, so this is the ordered list. But for an unordered list like this, you can see here that these are some bullet points. We will be using the ul opening and the ul closing tag, right? You can see here this is my ul opening tag and this is my ul closing tag. Now in between it I have used the li tag, which is the list item tag. Okay, so if you want to mention your list items in your list, you will be using the li opening and the li closing tag. So my first output, you can see here I have written li opening, li closing, and in between that I have written my first item, and here you can see the first item. So if you want to add more items, you will be using the li opening and the li closing tag, and you will be writing as many items as you want, and it will be like this. Okay, so in this way we can write our unordered list, right? Here you can see what if we want to write an ordered list. The syntax of ordered list is same as of unordered list. There's just one thing that we have to do. This is that we just have to replace the ul with ol, right? We just have to replace the ul with ol. So here you can see this the ol, that means ordered list, and here is the closing tag of ordered list, right? Now in between it I will be writing my list items in the same way I wrote in my unordered list, right? So here you can see that after writing my list items, you can see that in front of my list items there are it is ordered by 1 2 3 and so on. Okay, so in this way we will be using our list items and we will be using our ordered list so that it will be in a particular order. So this is the use of the ordered list tag in our HTML, right? So this is the basic code which is same as the unordered list. Now we are going to see an attribute of list. Now what if I want that the the number in front of my first list must be different? Okay, so if I want that the number must be 0, then what should I do? Now there is an attribute which is named as the start attribute. Okay, so this is an attribute for our list items. Now in my ordered list I want my list to start with the number 0. Okay, so I'll be using the start attribute. Now this is my opening ordered list tag and this is my closing ordered list tag. Here you can see that I've used a start attribute. I've written start equals quotation mark and 0. Okay, so in this way we can simply start our list with any number we want. So let's say if I want to start my list with 20, I'll be using the ordered list start tag, start attribute, and after that I will be writing 20 in the quotation mark, so that after that the list will be starting with 20, 21, 22 and so on. Okay, so in this way we can use the start attribute in our list. Okay, now here you can see that what if I want my list to be in a reversed order. Okay, so what if I want my list to be in a reversed order? Here you can see that I started my list with 0 and here is the output of it. So we have seen it in our previous slide. So we can simply start our list with any number we want, right? So here you can see. Now after that I want my list to be like this. I want the second to be printed first, the first to be printed second, and the 0 in the last, right? I want it to be reverse, right? So I will be simply using another attribute which is the reversed, right? So this is a very simple syntax. We will be using the ordered list starting tag and then start, and after that you will be writing reversed. Okay, so in this way you can use the reverse and get this output, and simply reverse your ordered list, right? So in this way you can do this. Now if I want something like this, I want ABCD in front of my list, I will be simply using ordered list start with A. Okay, so we can simply use it ordered with start with A. Okay, so after that we will be having this output. Okay, so in this way we will be using different types of attributes in our list. Okay, so we can apply the start, we can simply start a list with our own number, we can reverse the list, we can use the alphabets in front of our list. Okay, so in this way we can change the different structure of our list using these attributes. Now you can see here that we are learning HTML comments. Okay, so what are comments? Well, while writing a code, whenever you are making a website or whenever you are writing a big or large amount of codes, right, large number of codes, there are so many things that you forget, or there are many things that you want to remember whenever there's a bug in your website. Okay, so you simply write a comment there. Okay, so whenever you see your code again, you can simply find that why I have written that particular line or why I've used that particular code in that place. Okay, so for that we'll be using comments. Okay, so these are not seen in our websites. Okay, so our website simply ignore our comments. Okay, so this is just for the programmer. Okay, so here you can see an example. These are basic HTML page. I've written different comments here. Now we can use our comments anywhere in our HTML page. Okay, this is just to remind us why we have written that particular amount of code. So this is the basic syntax. First of all, we will have to use this sign and the exclamation mark, the double dash. Okay, and after that we'll be writing our code in our HTML, and for finishing the comments, we'll be using the double hyphen and this sign, right, the closing text sign. Okay, so in this way we'll be writing our comments. So these are the basic syntax that you have to remember for writing a comment. Okay, so these are very good practice to write comments in your HTML page. Okay, so in this way we can use all these basic HTML elements and all these codes, and make our web page better by using this type of headings and all of these things, right? So these are the basic elements. Okay, I hope you all like this video. Please like it, please comment on it, and please let us know your opinion. Thank you very much.